Vice President Kamala Harris in a wide-ranging interview with the popular podcast Call Her Daddy. And before that, you saw her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, on Fox News yesterday speaking about the issues of abortion, trying to set the record straight. As reproductive health care stays at the forefront of the 2024 elections, a new documentary is taking a look at the physical and emotional toll of these abortion bans. You heard Governor Walz mention Amanda Zurawski. The new documentary, Zurawski v. Texas, follows 4 women as they take on the Texas courts in an attempt to regain reproductive rights in the state. Take a look.
You will hear testimony from Amanda Zurawski, whose water broke prematurely and who became septic, waiting to be eligible for an abortion.
I'm going to write a W on my hand for Willow. She's always there. All right, let's fucking do this.
You will hear how Samantha Cassiano was forced to suffer the trauma of carrying a non-viable pregnancy to term, and then watched her daughter gasp for air for the 4 short hours of her life. You will also hear from Austin Denard, who is an OBGYN herself, and who was forced to travel out of state for an abortion after her baby was diagnosed with a fatal condition. By any measure, Texas is in a healthcare crisis. The only issue in this case, however, is who should be getting abortions under the medical exception to the state's abortion bans. And 2 years later, still, no one knows.
And Amanda joins us now. Amanda's back on the show with us, along with the film's directors, Maisie and Abbie Perrault. She is joining us along with Huma Abedin, who is an advisor to Hidden Light Productions, one of the companies that produced the documentary. Hidden Light Productions was co-founded by former First Lady Hillary Clinton, who serves as one of the executive producers on the film. All right, so Maisie and Abbie, in order, just tell us briefly, if you could, what you set out to do to accomplish in this documentary.
Well, we wanted to understand what abortion bans meant in practice, especially in a state like Texas, where we're both from. And one of the first things we asked Amanda when we began filming was what wasn't being covered in the media that she'd already done. And we all agreed that understanding the long-term effects, traumatic effects of being denied health care was important to focus on.
Abbie.
I think the other thing that we really felt was so important to cover is this is an issue that affects women across our country. There are 25 million women living in states with abortion bans right now. And what was so important to understand was that it's not just women being harmed. Families are being harmed. Families are being denied the ability to plan what their family looks like. And I think that's something people need to understand.
Amanda, if you could remind our viewers what the outcome of your healthcare situation was after you struggled to get the health care that you desperately needed.
Sure. So unfortunately, I was suffering a miscarriage and was denied the abortion that I needed in that moment, and had to wait until I qualified for health care in Texas, and that meant life of the mother. So I had to wait until my life was on the line. Went into septic shock twice, survived that, thankfully, but my fertility, unfortunately, is permanently compromised.
Amanda, I want to ask you, we were all at the Hamptons Film Festival on Saturday where the film was screened. It debuted in Telluride a month ago. You've been on TV for the last 2 years sharing your story. We do talk about this being a healthcare issue, not just for American women, but their families. At the end of both screenings, I have been stunned by the silence in the room because people are so overcome with emotion. And then people just flock to you and to Maisie and Abbie and the other characters in the film. What are they saying to you?
Overwhelming support, first and foremost, and then I'm hearing their stories because everyone has their own story, whether it's somebody who lives in a safe state or not in a safe state. You know, they're telling me about their loss, their miscarriages, their abortions, their struggles to get pregnant, their experience with IVF. Everyone has a story. And by the way, it's not just women, it's men as well. What we're talking about here is reproductive care, which is basic health care, and that's something that impacts every single person in this country.
It certainly does. And Maisie, Abbie, both of you, you know, what strikes me, many of the things strike me in the film, but one is how hopeful You feel at the end this sort of sense of triumph. Tell us what you hope viewers will take away from the screenings. Maisie, go first.
Sure. I think when we set out to make the film, one of the things that was important to us was to show that there was still hope amongst all the devastation we were seeing. And we found that in Molly Duane, the lead attorney on the case. And Molly and her colleagues are going to continue to fight on this front. And I think that that does bring hope to the story.
And I think the women in this film bring hope because each of them made a very difficult decision to share such private, intimate moments of their lives. And I am in awe of them because they continue to bear the truth out and speak and continue to speak. And that's what we need to hear right now.
Yeah. So, Maisie, where can people see this if they would like to see it?
We're doing a number of screenings throughout the month, both at film festivals and impact screenings in various states. Right now, you can go to our website, Zurawski v. Texas, to find that list of screenings, which will be updated daily.
Yeah, we're playing
So, Amanda.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we're bringing the film to as many communities as possible, to states where bans are in place, to states where abortion is on the ballot, and it's so crucial people understand the real impact of what's happening in their state.
And Amanda, I'd like to know when you saw the entire doc, what your feelings were, and are you hopeful, especially given what these bans have actually, how they have impacted your life?
Seeing the film for the first time was surreal, I will admit, but these filmmakers did such a beautiful job. What you see on screen is exactly what I lived, what I experienced, and I think that's true of my co-plaintiffs and our attorney as well. And I think when other folks see it, you know, we hear about these stories, but to see the long-term effects and to see them on screen, I think really has a different and profound impact. And I think between the four of us, everyone in America is going to see a little bit of themselves on that screen and each of us. And I'm definitely hopeful. You know, it started small, and we're seeing this kind of groundswell across the country of additional people speaking up and speaking out and fighting back.
You can find out more information about screenings for the documentary at www.zurawskivtexas.com. Maisie Crow, Abbie Perrault, Amanda Zurawski, thank you so much for being a part of this. And Huma Abedin, of course, thank you as well. And up next, we're going to go through the concerning